Can you find a way to love again after being in a narcissistically abusive relationship? Is it possible to separate yourself enough from the past experiences to allow another into your heart? Most survivors don't even want to entertain the thought of dating again, let alone have any desire for a commitment or a long-term relationship. The once carefree, lighthearted, optimistic souls of the survivors of narcissistic abuse are now crippled with self-doubt, lack of faith, depleted sense of trust, and the illusion that hope no longer exists. Over time, they begin questioning themselves and their own reality. One of the many questions survivors of narcissistic abuse have in common is, will I ever be able to love again? Now, to a survivor, this is a legitimate question and has valid concern, as the narcissist has used manipulation tactics, demoralization, and mind games to confuse the survivor's way of thinking and deplete their self-worth. Over time, survivors actually believe that they will never find anyone better, and that they won't even be able to survive without them. Despite the validity to the concern the survivors harbor about ever finding love again, the question, in and of itself, on the other hand, is not valid. Because you can't find something again if it never even exists in the first place. What you had with the narcissist was never love. Because narcissists aren't capable of love. No, what you had was a lie. It was a game. It was an act. It was an illusion that the narcissist created. A show put on by the puppet master himself, and you, sadly, well, you were the puppet. Now, accepting this in its entirety is not going to be easy. I'm not going to lie. It is one son of a bitch of a pill to swallow. Believe me, I get it. I can still feel the lump in my throat as it was going down. And in fact, most survivors, well, they go through a denial stage to one degree or another, which is totally understandable. I mean, how many people do you know that go around celebrating and bragging about being fooled, being manipulated, and being lied to? That would probably have to be no one ever, because no one wants to believe the person who was supposed to have their back really only had the intent of stabbing them in it. At some point, though, you have to stop fighting it. You stop trying to avoid the reality of the situation. And the moment it truly sucks in, well, it's going to feel like you have been sucker punched in the gut and then taken out by your kneecaps. Yet somehow, simultaneously, it's as if the weight of the world has been taken off of your shoulders. And as hard as it's going to be to realize and accept that they are what they are, well, it is equally as necessary and crucial. Because it's within this realization that you will begin discovering and unleashing a strength you never knew you had. And it will be the mark of the first steps in your road to recovery. It will be a glimpse into your vision of remembering who you are, the you before the narc sucked you dry. So no, you can't find love again because it didn't exist. On the bright side, however, you most definitely can find real love. And in fact, the love you'll find outside of the narcissistic relationship is more abundant than you could ever even fathom. It's found first from within, when you begin to love yourself enough to recognize that you deserve so much better. It's found when you stop focusing on saving them or fixing this god-awful relationship and start focusing on you because you are worth saving. It's found when you start believing in yourself and doing things that boost your confidence and elevate your self-esteem. Doing things with your own two hands so that you know you're capable, that you don't need to depend on anybody but yourself. It's found when you stop saying you can't and stop making excuses as to why it isn't possible to leave them. When you start remembering what it's like to feel alive, when you realize that you can survive without them. Because you can. You absolutely can survive without them. Did you survive your first day of kindergarten without the narcissist? Yes. Did you survive the mean girls in middle school without them? Yep. Did you learn how to drive a car without the narcissist? You sure did. Did you make it through your first period? Your first job interview? First traffic violation? Learn how to do laundry? Did you learn how to cook? Did you make it through your first hangover? All without them? Yes, 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 yes. You survived every day without them before they came into your life. It's the trauma bonds, the manipulation tactics, the mind games, and the misconceptions the narcissist intentionally used to make you think you can't survive without them, as to why you now believe you can't. Not only can you survive without them, well, for the first time in a long time, you will finally be able to thrive. You will be able to do the things that you like to do, that make you happy, that make you feel good, instead of just trying to appease the narcissist. You can rekindle the relationships with the family and friends that you were isolated from, and doing so without the stress of having to answer to the false accusations of your whereabouts that you know the narcissist is going to accuse you of. You will begin resting easier, not having to tiptoe around eggshells all day or worrying about what persona you have to deal with, Jekyll or Hyde. The additional rest and decreased stress levels will allow you to be rejuvenated of some of the exhaustion being involved with the narcissist creates. You will feel better, you will look better, and you will start thinking much clearer. To dream again, to figure out what you want in life, to begin building a healthy relationship within yourself. Finding love within will open the door to a world of possibilities. Now, without a doubt, you have to love who you are first, but have no fear, because once you do, love too can be found within a romantic relationship and in the most genuine of ways. It may take time to feel that you're able to trust, have faith in, or even think about loving another. It's completely normal to have some hesitation after all you have endured, and there is no rush. It may be hard to see the light at the end of the tunnel or feel like you will never reach that point of seeking love. However, swearing to celibacy or being single for the rest of your life, well, that is not the answer. For one, it's highly unlikely that that will help anything as for your long-term outlook. For two, it is profoundly depressing to think that way, and it only keeps you in a negative mindset. And lastly, because it's exactly what the narcissist wants. It would be the ultimate fuel for their supply. Nothing would make them feel more superior than to know that they were the peak of your romantic life, that they were your Mount Everest, and that they had enough power to successfully destroy you for all others. Now, that is not to say you should go out there and start dating or seeing others just to prove them wrong, to show them up, or in seek of any revenge. Rather, because you deserve someone who puts your happiness equal to their own and finds happiness in your smile, because you deserve someone who respects you, someone who won't overstep your boundaries, and who values your opinions. because you deserve someone who inspires you to be a better person and who is inspired by you to be the best person that they can be. Someone who appreciates you and all that you do and expresses their gratitude and their appreciation. I know it may feel like you're too broken, too damaged to ever want to date or love again, but it's actually quite the contrary. It's the ones that have endured the most pain that are able to appreciate and feel the most joy. It's the ones who have felt what it's like to be betrayed, who are truly able to recognize, to value, and understand the importance of honor and integrity. It's the ones that have endured acts of hatefulness, hurtfulness, and have firsthand witnessed pure evil, who are able to see the true value in even the smallest acts of love and kindness, who will be enlightened by giving and receiving compliments. Some say if you love someone, set them free. Take the advice, not for the narc, for you. Love yourself enough to be free. Free from all the bullshit, all the lies, all the unrequited love that being in a narcissistic relationship entails. Love yourself enough to believe that you deserve better. Love yourself enough to believe it's possible to establish trust within yourself and within others. Love yourself enough to believe love you desire, you deserve, and that you are worthy of receiving. Because love, after all, is a decision. And the choice, my friend, is yours.